So, question for you, if you don't mind, entertain me. I don't know these things. So that incident, or is that in the eyes of the police department? Is that an incident or a series of incidents that are connected?
It depends. If it's connected, it's a series of incident. If it's not, then it's either an investigation or a one-off incident.
Right, but the thing that just happened.
I would say it's
What a
multiple different incidents.
What a nothing
of
answer.
the same group.
Okay. So next question. The precursor for that, right, was... Well, not the precursor. At one point in that, 2 officers were shot down, right?
Correct. Up in Sandy.
Yes. So with that being said, what is the procedure when dealing with whoever that group was in terms of the level of violence or steps that police can use in terms of dangerous threat, right? Because 2 of you have been shot.
Right. The thing is...
how does that work?
Right. So the person that we suspect that shot wasn't involved in every single chase.
I see.
Only in the first 2, right?
So it comes down to an individual level rather than a group level.
Exactly right.
Got it.
Unless that person, obviously, we identify them in the chase again with them, then clearly we can build a pattern based on that, right? Because a lot of people can wear the same kind of clothes. So if it's a one-off, can you really say for a fact these guys are involved?
Yeah.
But if there's a pattern, well, Your Honor, I've seen it not only once but twice, and here's how, and I can prove these guys are connected. And that way you can say, okay, this guy's an accessory now after the fact because he helped them in aiding and abetting.
Dude, please, I don't envy the fucking... What's the paperwork for a scene like that? I mean, I must be fucking atrocious.
A lot. Paperwork is the reason why you don't see a lot of cops on duty. Not on duty, but
on the street.
Patrol.
What can you do to alleviate that?
I don't think you can. I think if you actually want things to actually have a meaning, I don't think you can.
Oh my god, that's rough.
I think you just need more people, more officers.
And how do you do that?
By recruiting more people, but at the same time, you don't want to sacrifice your quality, right?
You want good people.
Right. But the problem is, there's more people. It seems like every single day there's more people doing crime than before, right?
Mm-hmm.
So at one point, it's going to get to where there's more criminals than committing crime than there's actual cops around. So things start to pile up again, right? It's like this, scale that constantly tips in one direction, then another direction, depending on what's going on.
Yeah. What's your retention rate like at the moment from someone going in as a cadet, going through academy, passing cadet, and then actually they become a regular member of the force?
So I would say from cadet to, depending on the shift, obviously each shift, depending on how many available FTOs, how many people are being taken out, how much are willing to get taken out, how proactive people are, right? There's no formula because there's human beings involved, right? And each shift doesn't have the same numbers that would cover, more quantity to provide more FTOs to provide more coverage for the cadets, right?
Yeah, but I'm talking on average. Like, what's the average rate?
Average.
If you have 50,
I was giving you that as a context.
Yeah, I get it.
So I would say from cadet to PPO, I'd say maybe a month, maybe 5 weeks.
No, I'm talking about retention rate, not pass rate, not how long it takes them to pass, but once they are out of cadet phase, what is the retention rate of that person staying as a member of the PD actively versus you don't really see much of them or don't see them at all?
I would say right now, I'm gonna be generous. I'm gonna say 50%.
You reckon you've got a 50% retention rate?
Yes.
Okay. How many people have been through academy in the last 2 months?
Well, we went a whole month without academy, which was, I believe, March, I think.
Okay. How many people? How many people have been through academy since? Yeah, last 2-3 months.
A lot. We had a pretty massive academy shift 1, shift 2, or shift 3, sorry. So and then we just had an academy for shift 2, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
So what? 100 people?
No, I think for shift 2 was 8, or no, 6 for shift 2. Or 7. My math, between 6 to 8, depending who showed up, right?
Let's go with 7.
7.
And the one before that?
And then the one before was roughly 30.
Okay, so 37.
Yeah, total for the whole PD.
Okay, so there are now 18 that are regularly around and part of the force actively.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I mean, per shift or per the whole entire
No,
PD?
the whole PD. I mean, trying to break it down per shift is going to get too complicated.
I would say there is... Okay, so I use announcements as a way to determine that. So if I go to PD announcements, there is... And obviously, I'm assuming, you know, majority of the PD has pulled up an MDT and went to announcements and reacted to, like, my latest announcements. And then I can see that 47 people have checkmarked it and read it. Meaning that in the past 2 days, there have been 47 cops on duty in total.
That seems low. Would you agree that that seems low? Would you agree that seems low, or do you think that's...
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely, for sure. Yeah.
So you would say at the moment one of the issues the department has is volume of officers, and by that I don't mean you just want to throw officers at the problem, but the volume isn't where you'd like it to be.
Correct. But the problem is you don't want to sacrifice...
No. I'm a big believer in give me quality over quantity any day of the fucking week. But at the same time, we're in agreement that the metric of quantity is not currently being met.
Yes, because the bottleneck is training. Right?
Okay.
It's not really... Because you can recruit. Recruitment is never going to be an issue in Los
Oh,
Angeles.
no, you need
I can tell you that for a
FTOs, yeah.
fact, right? Right. It's really comes down to the training aspect of things, because training is very mind-numbing. It's not something that, you know, people jump out of bed and say, hey, you know what, I want to do this today, right? And there's no incentives, in my opinion, that is my personal opinion, to say to people, hey, go out there and train. You know, we want you guys to go train. If you know, we care so much about training, then why not invest money into it to where it's something that is an option where people can pursue while they can be rewarded for their just teaching, right? And I know that making the principal money sometimes can attract the wrong folks. Sometimes it happens, but I think you need incentives in the PD.
So are you saying that a good incentive would be FTOs have a slightly higher wage than like an average officer?
Bonus paychecks, I don't know, extra money like that. Maybe article clothing they can wear, something, stripes on their shirt, something like that. They can... But I don't know. I'm trying to think. But like I said, it's just training is always a problem.
Well, look, I would agree, training is always going to be an issue, and you are saying it is a bottleneck. So if you give it some thought and talk to others in the department, and then either give to me or fucking send to me what you think would be a good idea, reference FTOs and an incentivization for them, I will take that to the council.
I mean, it's been brought up. When you talk to Max, I mean, we've had multiple conversations about this before. I think your best bet is just to think of an idea that would make sense and we can apply it. That would be my... Because this is a discussion that's happened since day one, right?
Yeah, we need to find out more about the economy. That's what we need to do.
And we're trying a new idea that I've recommended is cadets, instead of waiting in queue, they can wait now on Mission PD and listen to the radio. They can attend bench trials. They can read reports. They can listen to interrogations and people charging and booking and processing and examining, that kind of thing. So we're trying to add more options for folks to be able to quickly learn without constantly having somebody with them all the time.
Right. Get that. Ignore the fact that you've tried things with Max and it hasn't worked.
Okay.
Okay?
Sure.
I ain't him. I sure as shit ain't Michael Simone. To give you some more context, there has not been a single day this week I have not gone to the shift meeting, and I have not spent at least 2 hours in patrol cars with officers to help me understand how you work and the issues you face on a day-to-day basis at a street level.
Understood. You're talking about patrol, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that is the backbone of police work at the end of the day. It's this. Being visible and
1000%.
present on the street.
I mean, I preach it every single time. I talk about how crucial it is to have a fundamentally sound patrol, because without it, everything else falls apart.
So I hand you a magical wand. This magical wand can magically and immediately get the PD department into whatever shape you feel it should be in. What is it doing?
Okay. A lot of different things. Do I have one action, or can I perform
It's
many other
a
actions?
magical wand, mate. I mean, the world's your oyster. You're basically Harry Potter.
First, I would complete the chain of command completely, right? In LSPD.
So what does that mean?
And means try to get you know, shift leads, try to get people that are organized and focused on patrol, try to get guys that's their main focus. That's all they focus on. Every single day they're just leading the patrol units, right? They're not an LT, doesn't mean working paperwork. They're not gonna be an LT or a sergeant, there's always patrolling. Always. Handles any, you know, issues with patrol during that shift, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if it escalates, it goes to just the high command afterwards. Second, I would increase pay and give bonuses to all FTOs and provide, you know, like I said, article clothing or incentives behind the FTO program to get more people into it.
Yep.
Third, I would probably open up a sheriff's department. Having competition is good between the other departments to keep the standard, because there's a bit of an internal battle that happens sometimes. It could be friendly, but also promote quality policing, right?
Yep.
Where things don't get stagnant when you have other departments as well.